Yo, what's guys, when Fire here, back from the video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another offensive scheme in Madden 22. Today we're going to be hopping into the gun trio offset week. This is a formation in the spread playbook. So once again, spread playbook. For those of you that always be commenting, but we have a couple of nice plays here that we are going to go over, and about 4 total plays. There's some other nice plays in this playbook as well. But we're just going to go over the main 4 ones. And those are going to be curl flat, RPO read bubble, verticals, and PA flood right here. Those are the 4 plays. There's a couple of other plays like inside zone. There's a read option here. PA flanker spot, that's a decent play. Middle slant is a good play. Fake screen wheels. You have some other options as well. And of course, this playbook is, or this formation will be in a couple of other playbooks. I don't know them exactly, but it is in some other ones. And also, I want to apologize for the lack of uploads. I'm going to try and be a lot more active. I've been super busy. It is my senior year of high school, so a lot of stuff going on. But hopefully, we've kind of hit a spot where I should be more free for uploads. So, looking forward to that. We're going to start out with the first play being PA flood right there. And yeah, man, let's just overall get straight into it. So, with PA flood, I like this play a lot. It's basically the flanker spot play. The biggest difference is the tight end. The tight end's on a post route. You notice how he's actually super deep. Of course, you can smart route him to get a little bit shorter, but he's really in a good spot to get in between some of those zones of the defense, and he's pretty successful in doing that. If you were just to leave him stock, he runs pretty far up the field to where you try and throw something like this. A lot of times that's an interception. Now, again, we don't have gunslingers, so we're not getting the ball out as quickly as you will be in Ultimate Team, but there is, of course, a couple of problems. An acrobat probably would make a difference as well, so you can make that argument. Now, overall, let's just focus on this left side for now. And one of the guys I like is CeeDee Lamb over here. You see how late you can throw this, and you just have a lot of space to really do whatever you want. I actually like keeping the bubble. I know some people would probably go with CeeDee Lamb on a little out route or maybe a little flat route. I actually like to keep this bubble because it takes him so long to run that it's a really good late read. If you go through your progressions, we go from the post route to the corner route, and then I don't know what you're doing with Zeke. You could do a couple of different things. Throw him on like a little out route to this side. You could put him on a option route, so you could go through your progressions that way. You could even streak him if you want, which is not a bad choice. You see how he's able to get open there. One of the best things about this formation is that you can go ahead and utilize the wheel routes. But not only can you use Amari Cooper's route, which actually, let's throw it to Amari Cooper here since we haven't been able to do that yet. And you see how you can throw him vertically up the field. It's important that you do pass lead this up in this specific case scenario, because if you pass lead that to the side, the slot cornerback's going to be able to make a play. Pay attention to the zone drops as well. But yeah, one of the things I like about this formation is that you can motion a lot of these guys over. So one thing I do is motion over Amari Cooper and kind of create dual post routes. So you can go ahead and leave A on his post route, and actually you have 2 post routes in this scenario. They kind of run in the same area, so we will show a play design where that is not going to be the case. But what I actually like here is if I use motion, I love to use this wheel route with Zeke to the trip side, because you can use a lot of different guys to create a lot of different combinations. For example, we could go A on a flat, B on a slant, wheel route, out route, and then we can motion Amari Cooper on his corner route, turn it into a post, and this would be your setup, which would be a very good setup. You see, you can throw it to Ezekiel Elliott on the left side, who he has to user. Otherwise, you should be able to throw it to the right side on that corner route. So, really good play design there, in my opinion. And again, you can motion, I think, any of those 3 players, which is really nice. It creates a lot of opportunities for creativity. Well, we're going to go straight into the run play, which is going to be the RPO read bubble. This is my run of choice. You can go with the inside zone if you want. You can go with the read option if you have a super fast quarterback. So, a couple of options there. Here's the look at it. I feel like you always got to go with the RPO if you have the option, just because it's giving you another threat. It's taking somebody out of the play. You don't have to throw it on every play. Sometimes it will be open clearly, sometimes it won't be. For example, we're playing against 3-4 odd right now. This is unbase aligned, but if they were base aligned, kind of what you would see is this linebacker would be in between these two guys. So that linebacker that's lined straight across from CD would be in between the D tackle and the end, which in turn would allow you to throw this to CD Lamb easily because he is out there. The move generally against this specific set would be just to hand the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott on pretty much every single play. And you also notice that there is a read factor in this. I believe you can maybe keep this with Dak Prescott. We're going to try it out, but you notice you hold that right trigger. There's a R over that defensive end, so he chases him. What can you do? Keep it with Dak Prescott, and we pick up 15, almost 20 yards right there. So you can clearly see that this is a almost like three plays in one. This time you see that Lorenzo Carter on that left-hand side, he stays. You hand the ball off. And again, P, this is the option where you kind of decide. And one thing that I like to do with this play, you notice that you have that. The first thing you're doing is reading this guy. You're going to hand it off if he stays. If he chases, that's when you can keep. So he chases, and then he can run like this and actually throw it late if you really wanted to. Now, you don't want an illegal men downfield penalty, so some of those are risky. And it's better to get the ball out early than late. And if you think you're going to get the penalty, that's where, all right, let's go ahead and just run the ball with Dak Prescott to prevent that. So pretty complicated play, pretty cool play, though, in my opinion, and you can do a lot with it. Let's move on to the verticals play, which is going to be right here, verticals. And this play is going to be good for a couple of different routes. The two routes that I like the best are going to be CD Lamb's route on this deep crosser and Ezekiel Elliott on this quick breaking out route. Zeke's going to beat man really easily out of this set. But really what I like is CD Lamb. Now you can run this play kind of stock with a little streak. You have a potential to throw it to the seams with your boy Amari Cooper there. If it's cover 3, sometimes you can fit that in. Generally, it's not a good idea just to waste two routes on that, personally. So you can leave Zeke on his out route. Otherwise, what you can do is something like this. You can just drag Y, out X, streak A. I mean, this is a really, really good play design. He has to respect Zeke or man him up on every single play. And there you see the deep crosser. Now, for whatever reason, in this scenario, the cover 3 hook curl is actually matching onto it, which shouldn't usually be the case, but it is the case in this scenario. Even with him matching on, we still burn him, and you can go with like an out route. Realistically, you could run a slant. I don't really like the look of a slant on a crosser, so I'll go with like a dig here. But, I mean, as long as he is a quick breaking route, you should be pretty much perfectly fine in that scenario all the time. So you see that we are clearly having success with this play. And again, I like the wheel routes out of a lot of these different plays, so that's what I'm going to continue to run. If you wanted to, if you had like Hot Route Master, you could put X on like a deep post, and then you could still put Y on the out route and it would work. So if you had Hot Route Master, you put him on this deep post, which we don't have. The wheel route, of course, still would work. And there again, you see CD Lamb. He's going to burn man coverage, and he should be able to get over the top of most of the zones because he is going past almost 30 yards. So he should get over 30-yard zone drops as well. Just a very good, simple play. If you wanted to incorporate some motion, what you could do is maybe throw a little backside slant in there. I would try and keep the clear out at all costs if I'm able to. So you can throw this slant, motion him across so that he's a little bit delayed and that he is not kind of running in the same area as Ezekiel Elliott. That's an issue that I see a lot of people do. You don't want to waste routes by putting them in the same area and allowing one zone to guard two of your players. So that's an important concept there. But the last play is going to be curl flat. It's going to be a similar kind of concept to verticals. You have a kind of a deep crossing route. What I like to do with this play is go with like on a little streak, and then I'll throw Zeke on this little out route to the right. And again, you can throw it to him really early. You see we have enough space to pick up dang near 20 yards, about 18 yards right there. So that is something that you can go ahead and do. As far as other concepts, if you really wanted to, you could again do something like this, same deal, but we already showed that, so there's not really a reason for me to do that. And again, other concepts that I like are little streak routes, so you could go with Zeke on a little backside streak, and you see how they kind of open up each other up in different seams of the field. So that would be a good option. And again, not just specifically this play, but it could be a good option for a couple different plays as well. Another thing I like with this play is you have more of a clear-cut post route. Verticals, this kind of a concept probably isn't working, but what you can actually kind of do over here is something like this, where I'm going to put X on an in route, drag Y, let's just flat Y. But something like this, you motion the post over, it turns into a corner route, and then you can kind of throw it deep like this. So those concepts can actually work really well. Same thing with the corner out turning into a post. You're now turning a post into a corner. Again, ideally what I'm doing with my play design is you could leave the curl flat over there on the left side. Typically, you're going to be on the right hash for this play, so it's going to be kind of difficult to throw that across the body. So what I'll do is just put X on the in route, smart route him. Again, I'm putting Ezekiel Elliott here in a out route to the right. Again, clearing out A, motioning him over. I like to motion snap him like right about here, almost as early as you can. And then you see it takes him a while to develop, which means the zone all than likely is going to come down and defend Zeke. But I mean, you saw right there, he didn't really defend anything, so kind of in no man's land right there. And again, as far as different things you can do, we can go ahead and do some concepts like this. So if you wanted to throw X on like a zig route, you could do that, and you could do the same thing with Amari Cooper, but you can like motion him across, snap it like here, and again, just getting creative with some of the things that we can do. This is a good way to open up CeeDee Lamb deep down the field. So, and again, you could go with zig route, you could go with a flat route, you could go with an out route, and it doesn't have to be with Michael Gallup in this case. This could also be used with Amari Cooper, so you could put Amari Cooper on the in route, and then of course when you motion the in route over, it simply turns into the out route. And then again, I like motion snapping him so he runs a little bit slower. I like the zig better, but both of them are doing a good job of opening up CD down the field. So I wish we could get CeeDee Lamb a little bit shorter. He almost kind of runs into that deep outside third, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. And overall, it's going to do for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.